अनीता जी, आस्था को एक मन का सुखद अनुभव ने जो परिभाषित किया अपनी बहुत ही सुंदर कविता में, इसी से आस्था के वैज्ञानिक लाभ की शुरुआत हो जाती है। My dear friends, psychology is an empirical science, and science and faith coming together is a miracle in itself. In the recent years, though, psychologists have been attracted towards the construct of faith. So, we have collectively tried to understand whether faith is something that is beneficial for us, that is detrimental for us. Is it essential for our survival? And if so, how? And interestingly, psychological studies have found out that faith is indeed an essential construct for our survival, friends. So let us say a child is born. Am I audible to all of you? Can you all see me and hear me clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Great.
Yes, ma'am.
So friends, let us say we all want to be in perfect control of things, isn't it? हम लोग चाहते हैं हमारे पैरों तले जमीन भी रहे और सर के ऊपर आसमान भी रहे, और हमको पता रहे कि हम कहाँ हैं, कहाँ जा रहे हैं। एक निश्चितता हम सब चाहते हैं, एक सर्टेनिटी हम सब चाहते हैं जीवन में, चाहते हैं कि नहीं? How many of you feel that life should be predictable, it should be certain, we should be in control most of the time? How many of you feel like that? Can you please indicate in the chat? I'm just opening the chat. Yes, we all want to be secure. We all want to feel reassured. We all want to be in control. But what is actually the reality of life? What is the reality of life? The reality of life is exactly opposite to what we wish for. Life is uncertain, unpredictable, and ever-changing, isn't it? We all were feeling that most of us have, we are leading comfortable lives. We are getting up in the morning. We are doing our certain things during the day, and evening we back into our predictable, safe place, safe haven. There we meet our friends, we meet our family, we have dinner, we watch TV together, and we go to sleep. A predictable, structured routine of life was what we all had. And then suddenly, a small, tiny, invisible virus comes knocking at our doors. And everything just goes haywire. कुछ भी अब पहले जैसा नहीं रहा। पूरी की पूरी इतनी बड़ी ह्यूमैनिटी को अपने घरों में कैद होना पड़ा, बंद होना पड़ा। जबकि हम तो ये सोच रहे थे हम बड़े पावरफुल हो गए, हम कैंसर और एड्स जैसे चीजों से लड़ने की सोच रहे थे, और यहाँ पर एक छोटे से वायरस ने हमारे साथ इतना बड़ा दगा कर दिया। So actually life is not predictable. Then on what basis are we continuing to live on? फिर हम किस भरोसे जी रहे हैं? ये जो भरोसा है, this was defined as faith, my dear friends. And the first psychologist to indicate this was Erik Erikson, who said that infants come into this world absolutely helpless. They're totally dependent on you for everything. सब चीजों के लिए तो वो आपके ऊपर निर्भर है। ऐसे में माँ को एक छोटा बच्चा रोता है और उसकी जो माता है वो रोने से तुरंत उसको गोद में लेती है, उसकी क्या जरूरत है उसको देखने की कोशिश करती है, देखती है कि उसको भूख लगी है तो दूध पिला देती है, इसने गीला कर दिया तो उसकी नैपी चेंज कर देती है और उसको कंफर्टेबल कर देती है। दोबारा से वो रोता है, फिर से वो माँ आ जाती है या जो भी केयर टेकर है, दादी है या पिताजी है या नर्स है, जो भी। पर मान लो ये बच्चा जब रोता है तो माँ कभी तो आती है पर कभी नहीं भी आती। तो क्या एरिक एरिक्सन ने कहा 0 से 1 ईयर का पहला जो साल है बच्चे का इस दुनिया में आने के बाद, साल में हमें पता चलेगा whether the child develops trust or mistrust, whether this child is going to develop this feeling कि मैं जब पुकारूंगा तो कोई आएगा, जब मुझे मदद की जरूरत होगी तो कोई रहेगा, जब मुझे खाने की जरूरत होगी तो कोई देगा। अगर कंसिस्टेंट अवेलेबिलिटी ऑफ द केयर टेकर रहती है तो ये बच्चा ट्रस्ट डेवलप करता है, पर अगर इस अवेलेबिलिटी में इनकंसिस्टेंसी रहती है तो यहीं से स्टार्ट हो जाता है समथिंग कॉल्ड एज डिस्ट्रस्ट। इतना इंपॉर्टेंट है पहला साल बच्चे का, इसलिए हम लोग कहते हैं पेरेंट्स को एजुकेट करना कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है। आजकल के जमाने में, पहले तो कोई ना कोई रहता ही था, घर में लोग इतने सारे होते, बच्चा अगर रो रहा है, माँ अगर रसोई में है तो दादी उठा लेती थी, बुआ उठा लेती थी, ताई उठा लेती थी। There were many options available, but now in unit families you have only the father or mother, both of them are working, and so being aware of this fact can be so useful. My dear friends, then Fowler, a very famous scientist, psychologist, developed this theory further to understand faith कैसे डेवलप होता है। फेथ का जो कंस्ट्रक्ट है उसको समझने के लिए मैं आपको एक स्टोरी सुनाती हूँ। So there was a person जो भगवान से लड़ाई करने गया मंदिर में और बोला कि तुम तो बड़ा बताते हो कि मेरे भक्त जब दिक्कत में होते तो मैं तुरंत उनकी मदद करने आता हूँ। I am always there when my devotees are in trouble. I have never seen you come for me, though I have always done all the rituals sincerely. But I don't know, you have never come for helping me. So God was astonished. He said, really? I think you are misunderstanding me. I have always come. I have been there for you. Probably you didn't see me because I was invisible. Because I'm not visible to mortal beings. That's why maybe you did not see me. But he was not convinced. So he said, okay, theek hai. So next time when I'm in trouble, I'm going to call you And if you come, you better be visible so that I know that you are there. अगली बार आओ तो प्रूव करना, आप मुझे दिखना जब मैं दिक्कत में रहूं. तो बोलते चलो ठीक है, यही सही. Next time when you are in trouble, you just call me. I'll come and you will be able to see. अभी ये जा रहा था एक दिन रात को, रास्ते में एक अंधेरा था. He fell down and he didn't realize it was a well in which he is fallen down. While falling down, he catches something. ये जो उसने पकड़ा, it was some kind of a rope, and what he sees, from both sides of that rope, 2 snakes are coming. So what is the logical thing to do? To just leave the rope. But to his chagrin, what he realizes is, in the well, there are man-eater crocodiles who are there, ready to swallow him, gulp him down as soon as he falls down. He now says, God, do you still need an invitation to come and help me? इससे भी बड़ी क्या मुसीबत आएगी मेरे ऊपर, भगवान अब तो आ जाओ, अभी भी क्या मेरे इनविटेशन का इंतजार कर रहे हो क्या? God comes and he just sits on the boundary of the well and keeps, playing music with his flute. He says, you have to help me. आपको केवल आकर बैठना नहीं है, आपको मेरी मदद करना है. Said, I am here to help you. So you tell me now, what should I do? There are snakes coming from both sides and there is crocodile in the well. So he says, आप एक काम करो, you just leave the rope. God is advising that man. He says, but if I leave the rope, the crocodiles will eat me. So he said, okay, if you are scared of the crocodiles, आप rope पकड़े, you just be there. He said, but if I am there, the snakes will eat me. In no time, they are going to come and eat me. So he says, in that case, you just leave the rope. He says, but then the crocodiles will eat me. Okay, so you keep catching the rope. No, but then the snakes will eat me. God is tired. He's not listening to him at all. And what is he saying? Help. आखिर में तंग आकर थक कर भगवान ने बोला, भाई तू मेरे ऊपर कुछ छोड़ेगा तब तो मैं तेरी मदद करूंगा. दोनों तरफ से you want to be in control and you want me to help you. Leave something on me. Have faith on me. Only then I can help. My dear friends, this is what we call as the construct of faith. When you are not certain, आपको नहीं पता क्या होने वाला है. You cannot predict. You cannot know everything in advance. But still you are having a faith that somebody is going to help me. Something is going to be all right. There is something in the universe which is more powerful than my understanding. There is someone who is there in the skies, or there is someone who is there who will come and make things like they are, like they should be. That unknown, belief in the unknown is faith. Let us say if we don't have this faith, हम कहें कि हमें किसी चीज पे आस्था नहीं. Fowler says faith is not synonymous with religion or God. आस्था केवल भगवान से जोड़कर देखने वाली चीज नहीं है. आस्था आपको खुद के अंदर भी हो सकती है, दूसरों के अंदर भी होती है. आस्था तो एक मेंटल मॉडल है. किस तरह का मेंटल मॉडल है? ये क्या करता है मेंटल मॉडल? ये हमारी जो समझ है, उस समझ में जो मिसिंग पीस है. क्या हम सब कुछ समझते हैं? पहले ये बताओ. Can we understand everything? Tell me this. Can you know everything? There will be gap in your understanding, right? ये जो gap है understanding का, this propagates us to find meaning. And great colleges with Frankel, person who gave us Loki, says man animal wants to meaning of everything. हमको हर चीज समझनी, फिर भी हमारी समझ में कमी रहती. हर चीज का जवाब गूगल बाबा नहीं. पीस है, इसको हम मेंटल मॉडल पर देते हैं, जिस पर हम लीव कर देते हैं. पॉइंट आने के बाद जब हम हैं हमारे आने के बाद देते हैं, अब मेरे बस में जितना था बाकी सब ईश्वर के ऊपर. Now we just pray to God. ये जो मिसिंग पीस है हमारी अंडरस्टैंडिंग का, इसको प्रोवाइड करता है हमारा फेथ, हमारी आस्था. और साइकोलॉजिकल रिसर्चर्स, मनोवैज्ञानिक शोध ये कह रहे हैं, they are telling us that there are definite benefits of having faith. Some of these benefits are, people who have faith, they are able to come out of life's adversities. They are more resilient. They are able to bounce back. They are able to deal with difficulties. They are more optimistic. They are more hopeful. And that's why their mental, emotional, and physical well-being is higher than those who are unable to have faith. And so it is said that people who have faith in themselves, in others, or in some universal model, you can call it religion, you can call it God. Religion is only one method of having faith in your environment, in something prakriti mein, nature mein, universe mein, kisi unknown mein. That will help you to go on in life in spite of life being uncertain, unpredictable, and ever-changing. And so these people, एक रिश्ता जिसके ऊपर हमारा बहुत विश्वास था वो टूट गया तो भी खुद नहीं टूटते, दूसरे रिश्ते में विश्वास कायम रख पाते हैं. अगर हमारा से ही फेर जाए, दुनिया अच्छाई फेथ हट जाए, लोगों की अच्छाई से फेथ हट जाए, तो क्या होगा? एक धोखा एक अनप्रिडिक्टेबिलिटी, एक चीज जो हमारे मुताबिक नहीं हुई, ऐसा इतना होते ही हम खुद भी टूट जाए. We will not be able to deal with adversities, my dear friends. And so it is a useful, beneficial construct. Now, Fowler also goes to explain कि faith आता कहां से है और कब है. अनिता जी ने अपनी कविता में कहा, पहली लाइन उन्होंने कही, आस्था स्वयंभू है, अपने आप आती. फॉलर ने 6 स्टेजेस बताए. फेथ डेवलपमेंट थ्योरी उनकी कही जाती है, बहुत पॉपुलर है मनोविज्ञान. और उसके पहले एक प्री स्टेज 0 to 2 years का, उसमें वो कहते हैं जब बच्चा जन्म लिया उसने, तो उसके हाथ में कुछ भी नहीं. अब इमेजिन करो, कुछ भी नहीं. किस भरोसे वो इस दुनिया में आ गया? इसको प्री स्टेज को उन्होंने बोला अनडिफरेंशिएटेड स्टेज ऑफ फेथ, where there is no specific thing on which he is placing his faith, but still it is there. If it was not there, if this potential of having faith was not there, we as a species would not have survived. And then comes the first stage of faith from 2 to 7 years. Very, very important, my dear friends, to understand, not only as teachers, but as parents also. आप सब जो यहाँ पर आज बैठे हैं, टीचर्स की तरह ही नहीं, पेरेंट्स की तरह भी इस बात को समझिए. 2 to 7 years की जो एज है, इसमें जो हमारा फेथ है, इट इज प्रोजेक्टिव इन नेचर. प्रोजेक्टिव इन नेचर मतलब आप जिस चीज पर विश्वास करते हैं, उसी पर आपका बच्चा विश्वास करेगा. अगर उस पर विश्वास करते हो तो ही वो खुद पर विश्वास करेगा. अगर आप उसको बोलते हो नहीं तुमसे नहीं होगा, जो छोटे बच्चे हैं ना 3 साल के, उनको सब काम करना होता है. कोई मेहमान घर में आता है, जब आप चाय लेकर जाते हो तो मुझे दो, मुझे दो, मैं लेके जाऊंगा. और माँ क्या बोल देती है तुरंत, नहीं नहीं तुम गिरा दो, नहीं नहीं गर्म है, तुम्हें लग जाएगी. आपने उसके ऊपर विश्वास ही नहीं किया. तो आपने उसके ऊपर विश्वास नहीं किया तो वो भी खुद के ऊपर विश्वास नहीं कर पाया. Probably you could have helped by saying, अच्छा तुम भी पकड़ लो यहां से, या फिर उसको एक दूसरी ट्रे दे देते जिसमें एक ग्लास में थोड़ा पानी डाल के दे देते कि अच्छा तुम ये लेके चलो. पर आप उस समय क्या करते, उसके ऊपर विश्वास दिखाते तो वो खुद के ऊपर. आप जिन चीजों पर विश्वास करोगे, सही या गलत, उन पर उसका भी विश्वास डेवलप की एज है 2 से 7 साल. दोस्तों याद रखिए ये बात. उसके बाद 7 to 10 years is the stage of developing literal faith. लिटरल माने जैसा आपने बता दिया वो उसके लिए पत्थर की लकीर हो, वो वैसा का वैसा ही अब उसको समझेगा. डर लगता है तुमको अंधेरे से, बजरंग बली का नाम. बजरंग बली जो है वो भय को, तो वो क्या करता है, जय बजरंग, हनुमान चालीसा बोल लिया करो जब तुमको डर लगे. लिटरली एज इट इज ही इज गोइंग टू बिलीव यू, और उसके दिमाग में बजरंग बली का वैसा पिक्चर बन जाएगा. आप उसको बोलोगे, if you have any trouble in school, you just take the name of God. God will solve all your problems. He will take it literally, like man in our story took it literally. गणेश जी बुद्धि के देवता है, गणेश जी को प्रणाम करके जाओगे तो तुम्हारा एग्जाम अच्छा हो जाए, तो वैसा ही सोच. This is the stage of literal as it is. My dear friends, remember your childhood. In your childhood, by the time you were in 3rd standard, 4th standard, there were lots of conversations around faith in your family. Now, if you want to develop faith, these conversations are missing. Then, in the next stage, when he progresses from 10 years onwards, he develops conventional faith. Conventional faith means not only faith in God, faith in parents, faith in other agencies as well, including his own. ये चीज मेरे कंट्रोल में है, मैं कर सकता हूँ. मेरा टीचर मुझे ऐसा बोलेगा. He starts developing conventional faith in the world. These are the things I can trust. These are the things they are going to help me in this way. After 20 years, then he develops individualistic faith. Individualistic, he starts questioning certain things which he had held to be true till now. And he discards some things. So now he'll also challenge you. अरे मम्मी कुछ नहीं होता है थर्सडे को बाल धोने से, मेरे स्कूल में पार्टी है, मुझे तो धो के ही जाना है आज बार. Starts challenging. That is, he's now become individualistic. He has got his own things to say. After that, conjoined faith, where he now starts saying, there is meaning in what other people follow and think as well. They might not be of my religion, my caste, or my community, but there are certain things he starts appreciating in their cultures as well. His horizon broadens. And at the end, is something called as universal faith. When he starts believing in the power of sacrifice for others, giving to others, in the power of unconditional love, and he says, universally, all people are good. God is same, it is one. जब ये बात समझ में आने लगे, तब ये समझिए कि फेथ पूरी तरह से डेवलप हो गया है. किस एज में हो हमें नहीं पता. हम कह रहे हैं 40, 50, 60 मेच्योरिटी आते आते ये वाली मेच्योरिटी आती है, पर कुछ इवॉल्व सोल्स होती हैं जिनको आप देखोगे छोटे उम्र में ही उनको ये समझ. बट ये समझ विकसित करने के लिए जो मुख्य बात है, जो मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट बात है, वो ये है, are we having conversations around faith with these children? So, my dear friends, you all have seen that in this series of webinars, we are giving you projects to do with your children. We gave you a gratitude project. We also gave you a project on dutifulness. We have also made a project on faith. What is this project on faith? This is a simple one. I have named it Conversations Around Faith. And we have prepared a worksheet where what you have to do, you have to help your children to do a semi-structured interview. At least 5 significant people in his life. It can be his parents, his parents, his uncles, his aunts, his siblings, elder siblings. It can be his teachers. It can be his seniors in the school. He goes and talks to them. What does he talk to them? So we have suggested some sample questions also. And what he does, he asks them these questions. He records their answers. So he will have now 5 sheets of answers with him. अब ये आंसर्स लेके और जो उसको समझ में आया उसकी समरी के लिए भी एक नीचे वो दे दिया स्पेस. He summarizes what he understood by all conversation. He comes back to the class. In the class, so let us say the teacher gave them 1 week to complete this activity. And she now keeps, on Monday, we will have discussion on whatever you come back with. The teacher also doesn't know what they are going to come back with. So what does she do? She divides them into group of 5, maximum 5 children. And she asks them to share their, whatever they have got from their semi-structured interview with the group. So one by one, now they talk about what they have found out. And then they compile their findings and they start group-wise speaking to the teacher. Now, this is an opportunity for the teacher to have an in-depth conversation about faith with them. They've already had so many conversations about faith. Here now, she has got an opportunity to help them to understand, okay, this is something which I didn't know, which I have come to know. This is something that I would like to add. And this is something that I might not agree or we might have to explore more. So she has got an opportunity to clarify their understanding and refine it. The objective of this whole exercise is, as we are doing everything aligned with the objectives of National Education Policy, where we are saying that we want to develop their cognitive understanding about the faith, their affective, their emotional, social, emotional understanding about faith, having this reassurance, this feeling of faith in them, and conative, being able to put committed action into place in accordance with the faith that they have developed. This is the objective of this activity. So we have prepared the worksheets and the projects which we will mail it to you all. And these activities will actually ultimately also help you to get those marks in HIM virtues. जो हमारा टोटल एग्रीगेट आएगा हिम वर्च्यूज का, इस एक्टिविटी जो आप सबमिट करेंगे हेमा फाउंडेशन को, इसके बेसिस पर भी आपको फिर मार्क्स मिलेंगे which will help you to nominate yourself for the HIM Virtues Award in June 2023. So my dear friends, this is what I had to talk to you about faith. Thank you so much.